My name is Veda Ajamu. My brother Robert Shipp served 25 and a half years in federal prison. While advocating for my brother, I practiced self care. Self care is what really kept me going, I must say. Some of the things, in fact, that I would do in terms of self care was affirmation, and I still continue that practice as well today. And I do affirmations in the morning, I do affirmations in the evening when I go to bed. But when I wake up, that's the very first thing that I do. And I say what I'm grateful for, at least 3 to 5 things that I'm grateful for every morning as soon as I open my eyes. And then I also say some things, that I am. And that could range from 3 to 5 things, but generally I will do from A to Z things that I'm grateful for. But if I'm running tight on time, I still say at least 3 to 5 things. But always included in my affirmations, I always say I'm excited about today because I'm getting my mind ready for what I'm about to do that day. And another thing that I say, I am bold, I am amazing, because that just gives me that confidence that I need for today. And I'm saying I'm ready for everything that I am about to face. I am bold, I am brave, I am beautiful, I am peaceful, I am powerful, I am prosperous. Another thing that I would do every single night, I would take a long bath. And when I would take the long bath, that would be my time to meditate. I will reflect on that day and I will accept the micro wins. So the small wins make a huge difference, and I didn't beat myself up about anything. I did what I could. Another thing that I believe in doing is in taking care of yourself is having a little time to take care of your body. Go to the fitness center. If you can't go to a fitness center, there are small things that you could do at home. It doesn't matter how much you do, it's just something, and something will take you a long way. You can't get just so consumed with the advocacy and lose yourself. I go to the gym several days a week. And if I can't make it to the gym, I take time, even if it's just to walk a little, or if it's just to just move my body some. Anything to take care of yourself. Also, breathing. We say that we don't have time for self-care. If you just take just 1 minute or 3 minutes a day out of your day. I mean, and really, you don't even have to stop doing what you're doing. If you're working, whatever you're doing, if you just take time and just pause and say, I'm just going to breathe a little bit. I found while fighting for my brother that I was holding my breath sometimes. I would get so stressed, or when I heard something that I didn't care about, or didn't, that made me feel like I was running into a brick wall. I felt myself just holding my breath and grinding my teeth. That's something easy to do. Another thing is the bathing. I take time every single night. I don't care how late I get home from work. I work long hours some days, and when I get home, it is an absolute must that I take that time for me and meditate. And so people do meditation in several different ways. And it doesn't mean that you have to just go off to the side somewhere and be quiet. That's something you can do in bed. Even when you're, going to bed for the night, you can just lay there and you can say these affirmations and you can be quiet and be still and reflect on your day. And that will take you such a long way because advocacy is so exhausting. It truly is. It's exhausting. And I would tell anyone that the fight is a hard fight. That's why it is so, so important that you take care of yourself. Hashtag self-care. That's something that I have in my mind every single day. That's something that I have on my desk at work. That's something I just believe in. I just think it's so important. As women, we're taught, just to keep moving. We are everything to everybody. And what I say is fight as hard for yourself as you are for someone else. And that's another thing that I kept in mind as I advocated for my brother in terms of self care. I had to push the pause button and say, you know what? You are fighting so hard for him, but what about you? And I had to decide that I was going to choose me because I would be no good to him if I didn't take care of myself. And I remember one time that I was just so exhausted and I was so sure that he was going to get clemency, and I had talked to everybody that I could possibly talk to. I put as much information out as I could possibly put out. And when I learned that he did not get clemency in that last push that President Obama had, it really broke me down. It was that thing that was like, oh my God. And I literally was in the bed and couldn't function, for about a day. And when I talked to my brother about it, and he was more concerned about me than he was about himself. And he said to me, please don't let this get you down. I am fine. I have served all of this time and I'm going to be just fine. Don't worry about it. And he said to me, he said, if I lose you, you are my lifeline. If I lose you, I don't know what I would do. And what that did for me was, one, I learned that he was not selfish. He was not so selfish that he didn't care about me and my well being. And two, it reminded me you have to take care of yourself before you can take care of someone else. And you hear people say, you can't pour out of an empty glass or a half empty glass. And then so I always keep in my mind too, I have to keep my glass full. If it's not full, at least 3/4 of the way, not half full, but I need to keep myself full because not only am I advocating for my brother, then I also have a family. And I never wanted my family to suffer. So I wanted my husband to always know I'm not pushing my family to the side to advocate. I wanted my children to know that they were important to me. So that's a part of balance as well. That's a part of self-care. So when you're talking about self-care, it's not just the affirmations. It's not just the breathing. It's not just the physical. It's about spending time with your family. It's about um, laughing. It's about just the basic things that we just take for granted. I learned that in talking to so many people with so much pain, it's hard to laugh. But sometimes you have to laugh to keep from crying. And laughter is good for the soul. So we have to step away. It's okay to step away. It truly is okay to step away and just enjoy life. Live life. The pain is real. The pain is real. So in order to offset all of that, you have to find what works for you. Your self-care may be different from my self-care, and that is okay. I am truly just sharing my self-care. So find your own happiness, find your own self-care, and just know that it is okay to live.